And the cold thing about it is this: the perpetrator, these violators, would at some point during the course of the day have to present themselves before me. Just kind of randomly, whether it was in the hallway, the elevator, down at the breakfast bar, the gym, convenience store, gas station, just some random place. And what I ultimately realized what they were doing was to see if I recognized the person, perhaps to see if I recognized them, one, or two, to see how I was going to react, to see if I was going to respond or, to get violent or aggressive or just do something that was out of character. And this is what went on through the whole process. I mean, whether I was at home the next day or if I was out of town on a business trip, it would be the same thing. But I never bit into it. I never reacted. I never said anything. One time I did have a conversation with one guy, but it never went off into accusations or, anything crazy like that. So what is this all about? It's all about the fact that, we as men, we don't get the opportunity to express the fact that we've been violated. And in my experience, even though I did it on several occasions and went to different places, seeking to get help, I was always treated like, I'm making something up, or, no one ever took it for face value. As men, we are always required to, and this is what society says, man up. That's a popular one. Or let that go and move on. How about this one? Act like it didn't happen. And here's one that's going to be really popular. Stop acting like a booch. In the military, we would say, drink water and drive on. And none of these responses ever even remotely suggest that there's been giving any validity or any concern that these things not only possibly could happen, but that is actually happening to men across this nation. This is real stuff. Here's one of the things that I would like to say to the men. Your silence is not your security. It's your imprisonment. It's not protecting you to stay silent. It's not just letting this go away. It's more tandem to sticking your head in the sand. So what is the cost of not speaking out? You might feel that you're saving face, you're saving embarrassment, you're protecting your manhood, the perceptions of you, all of these things, and to some degree, these things have some validity. But at what cost? The cost of not speaking out, it brings on confusion, anger, blame, self-blame, shame, loss of confidence and loss of trusting other people, loss of identity, and the assumption of a poor self-image. This is what we deal with when we don't speak up. When we don't address this thing head on and begin to work through the process of healing, of becoming whole, and taking our identity and our power back. What are the benefits of speaking out? Speaking out is the first step of taking your power back from your violators or violator. As long as you remain silent, the person that violated you has in control a piece of who you are, a piece of your identity, a piece of your personal power. It is the rise of courage. I'm talking about speaking out. I'm talking about speaking up for yourself and taking action towards the healing process. It's the first sign of courage. It's the renewal of strength and confidence and the decline of fear. Weakness and a poor self-image must begin to decline. And true identity, power, and purpose must begin to rise and increase. But this only happens when we take action and we begin to speak out and begin to speak our truth and begin to work through the process of healing, of becoming whole. Speaking out is your rites of passage. Passage to what? Your passage to healing, your passage to purpose, and an empowered future. You don't know what you don't know. You might be thinking that you're just moving on through life and everything is just fine. Or maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you know that you all tore up in the game because of what happened. Maybe you know and you realize that you are not operating at your full potential because you're investing a lot of energy to suppress this thing, to pack it down, and to keep it in hiding and secluded. Maybe you recognize that. There are some that probably don't. But when we speak out and we begin to speak our truth and we begin to confront these things head on, and this part right here, this may not even be relevant at the place where you are now. But I believe it will be as you move into the process. Speaking out gives hope and courage to others. Those who are in fear and in hiding. Why? Because they're in the shadows, because of the shame, the guilt, and the low self-esteem. Being violated in this way, it deprives us of a very important part of who we are. And the only way that we can regain that thing is we got to speak up. We got to stand up for ourselves. We got to find the courage. We got to find whatever we need to find to step up, to stand up, to step up and to speak out. Now, it may not be speaking out like I'm doing. I'm not suggesting you need to get on the social media on multiple platforms and begin to tell your story. But as you will see here in a moment, there is an opportunity for you to find a trusted individual or trusted individuals. But the process has to begin somewhere. And the process only begins when we are willing to open up. Not to any and everybody, but to that trusted person. Say, hey, I got something to say. I got something I need to share. Something very bad happened to me. And I'm very ashamed, and I'm dealing with a lot of hurt because I've been holding this thing inside, and I was too afraid to share it with anybody. I was too ashamed. That's major growth, and that's major progress, just being able to get to that point. And I guarantee you, when you can open up, there will be something that just shifts in you. A change will begin to take place. A chain reaction will be set into motion. It's time to take action, man. It's time to stop hiding in the shadows. It's time to stop oppressing, to packing it down and pushing it in the darkest recesses of your heart and your mind. It's time to release it, to let it go, to liberate yourself. And in doing so, you're not only setting yourself free, but you're setting others free as well.